Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob coming to you with another narration of this time a side story, and it's the current airing Mansfield Break side story. So, quick overview, and also thank Hyperglyph for the inclusion of the in-game archive that I can actually start recording these way ahead of time for once. But yeah, how is this gonna go? Well, first off, as the title of this episode might suggest, this is gonna be both a narration and character impressions, voices, sort of. Plus, it's gonna come out in parts. So, and by that I mean each episode is gonna consist of of the cutscene from before and after the operation. So it's gonna be a total of 10 episodes. The only exception of before after operation are gonna be the ST episodes, which are purely cutscenes that are centered either before the beginning of the story sometimes, or in the middle between two parts, or right at the end. So those are gonna be standalone episodes. But every single other episode, like today's for example, is gonna consist of the before operation and the after operation parts. These are also gonna be purely one takes, so no cuts, no nothing. When one part ends, the other one is gonna automatically begin. I will not read these description of episodes because these are like short descriptions of stuff, which you're gonna hear anyway throughout the episode, so no point. But yeah, this is pretty much gonna be it. It's gonna be also one episode per day, so expect an episode daily for the time being. And yeah, I think this is enough for this intro. Let's begin. So once again, this is Jacob with a narration for the Mansfield Break side story in Arknights. And today we are starting off with the very beginning, titled Secret Meeting. Let's go. This should be the place, right? No doubt about it. Neat, just gotta check. Silence, she really wanted to meet you here. This looks like a real-ass bar, in pretty lively shape too. But nobody's home. True, the liquor is all laid out very tidily, with an ordinary ambience to match. Pretty bizarre. Should we head back maybe? Not long till we gotta get going. No, whoever invited us knows about Anthony's jailbreak, and that he's with us on top of. We'll be heading off tonight. Let me check over the miscellaneous one more time. A message. I don't remember anyone in the city having my contact info. Wait, is this an internal band? Miss Silence. Who are you? No one important. What's important is that I know you have Anthony and you're the one who broke him out. I don't know... I don't know what you're talking about. No need to panic. Even if I can't prove it, you can rest assured that I'm no bad actor. Otherwise, I wouldn't go to the trouble of establishing contact with you on an inside wire. State your intentions. All I want is to invite you and Meyer, the engineer, out for a chat. I'll take that as a yes. Now, the address is... On top of the fact that she sounded absolutely vile. Hearing that as soon as I come in hurts a little, you know. Who's it? Hiya. I reserved the entire bar. It's just us three alone here. I really wanted to chit-chat with you in a normal bar, but in the end, this isn't something we can let anyone hear. So, sorries. You're... Alright, let's all introduce ourselves. I'm the Director of Ecological, Ulysses. I remember you. Wow, you know me. I'm blessed. My mentor once mentioned you. Alright, your turn now. Do you need to ask? Aw, there's a ritual to these things. Structural, silence. Engineering, Lutra Workshop, Meyer. I heard you all with an organization called Rhode Island now. How'd you get mixed up in this then? None of your business. Don't tell me you were behind all this. I don't know what you think. No, likely not. Oh? You sure about that? If you could find us yourself, there's no reason you wouldn't know that Anthony has long since left Columbia. If you were the hand behind the curtain, a priori, there's absolutely no reason to seek us out. True. If I'm the hidey hand, I should be running around headless right now looking for Anthony, huh? But something tells me you won't lie down and take it, you know. Your bodyguards have any idea how tough they are? Don't worry yourself. You sure, eh? Worry you won't then. Silence, time out. If she's not behind all this, then she's... It's not clear to me yet either. But you're linked to this case, and you want something out of us here. This is why you were Dr. Previs's star pupil over in Structural. You're a real smarty. I love chatting it up with people like you. Don't change the subject, Director Muses. Anthony left Columbia. His assassination has failed. Meyer and I are ordinary people who just so happen to have come to Columbia. What is it you could want from us, all told? Oh, relax a little. I'm ordinary too, just a researcher here. I pose no imminent threat to you. The booze in this bar is 4-star at least. Wanna sit down and chat over some drinks? Hey, you think we can silence? Oh, fine. I've got things I want to know too. Sweet, let me take a look then. I want this one. Oh, you've got a sharp eye. I like the Riesling a lot. Not too high proof, but the aroma can strong-arm you. Huh? I'm not actually that good with alcohol. Then let me recommend a fruit wine. Very low alcohol content, very friendly flavor. Really? I'll give it a shot then. Goody, what about you, Miss Silence? Plain hot water will be fine. You come to a place like this and don't even want to try anything more fun. I'm not interested. Fine. Alright, ladies, have a seat. Thank you. Wow, this is actually really tasty. Glad you like it. Can we get to the topic at hand? We can. Down to business then. The way I see it, we both have questions, so we may as well trade answers. Of course, some questions will be off limits, but let's agree not to play any boring little games, shall we? And in the interest of demonstrating my goodwill, I will give you one free question before we start. Ask away. How did you find us? That's a pretty trivial first question, for sure. I thought you asked something more straight to the point. Please answer the question, Director Mulesys. Alright. Whether or not you believe me, me and Hydebro's strike teams have nothing to do with each other. Hydebro, they're the company who moved against Anthony in this, right? Righty, you've got history with them. Probably don't need too much introduction. Hydebro, former building material juggernaut in Bunker Hill City, once clashed head-to-head with the up-and-coming Simon Co. Yee! They were up-and-coming back then? Yes, Simon Co. originally was in the logistics business. By all accounts, the call was made to move into building supplies at a board meeting. The company was named after the family, and half of its top floor employees were related to the CEO, Smith Simon, including the person at the heart of this affair, Anthony Simon, his one and only son. The short story is whether it was over or under the table, the two companies fought it out, and they fought hard, to the point of blood, some rumors even say. And in the end, one can say Simon Co. lost. Ever since, Hyderbro has enjoyed a very real monopoly on construction supply commerce in not just Bunker Hill, but surrounding cities as well. All correct. Gold star for you. Ultimately, you all come together in Ironfort City and shook them off. P.S. I've gotta say, you did a beautiful job. But we didn't shake you off. Too true. I see, you're not denying you were in league with them. I feel like you've got your guess. Honestly speaking. But I can tell you, I borrowed their communication channels for sure. Not like there's room to breathe. If I didn't do this, I'd probably end up the biggest loser out of this whole thing. So, I think we can get into grilling each other now. One asks, the other answers. You start. No, let's have you start, Director Mulesys. Ooh, can I? I want to know what your game is here. Alrighty, what I want to know is... Miss Silence, how did your helper get in touch with Anthony and aid him in a successful jailbreak while in prison? I want a grasp on how that went down. That's all in the past. Why do you want to know about it? Because I don't know how this jailbreak happened at all. The only parts I understand are the beginning. Hyderbro initiated this assassination plot. They'd be brewing forever against Anthony Simon, the last of the Simons, who was locked up in Mansfield State Prison. And then at the very end, where Anthony led a group that successfully escaped Mansfield and then met up with you two and made it out of Columbia. As for everything in between, well, I had a chance to find out, but that slipped away by now. Very sad about that. So I want to hear it from you. Just what happened? That is not fair at all. Relax, I'm not here to try and get the whole thing in one single question. You can toss out your own questions when you see fit, and I'll do my best to answer. Of course, I might have other questions too, but probably not that many. Okay, being serious, we're only doing this I ask you ask because we still don't know each other that well. Who can say if once we become friends, we'll let all the beans spill? I do not intend to become your friend, and this is going to take an awful amount of time. Aren't you just ordinary people in Columbia right now? You're not in any sort of rush, are you? Of course, you're free to turn tail and leave, but first thing, I have no way to guarantee you'll actually make it out. Second thing, I have no idea how much you really know, but this is perhaps your one and only chance to pry intel out of me, Ecological Director Mulesys. You really want to let that go? You're threatening me. I'm giving you the option that's least likely to get you hurt, Researcher Silence. Fine. I see you want to know no matter what, and we're in no rush at all. Hey, I know the story. Can I be drawing up some plans on the side here? Go for it. Kafka, was that your assistant's name? Yes. Don't think I ever saw her name in any list of staff to do with you. She isn't a Rhine Lab employee. Rhine Lab would never hire her, and her interest in scientific research is roughly zero. Huh, so how do you know each other? Coincidentally. But that's another story. All you need to know is she's a friend of mine. She's the one who helped me gather all my intel on the Simon family. Oh? She sounds like a real doer to me. And very loyal. Not many people would become a criminal and get thrown in prison for the sake of a friend, would they? I remunerated her appropriately. And she had her own goal in being imprisoned. Her own goal? According to her, she always wanted to experience true prison life, just once. From her angle, my request must have seemed like I was paying her for it. What an oddball she is. Undoubtedly, I cannot comprehend her sort of mentality, to say the least. She sought out a carpenter named Mina to pose as staff when entering the prison, and she got sent in herself as a convict. Is Mina that one Liberi in your team? She is. From the sound of it, she was a total third party. Why'd you yank her into this? I'm not too sure either. All Kafka said was that Mina once had Anthony's aid, and so would be willing to go inside to help him. The long and short of it is she accepted my request and entered Mansfield State Prison. Royal Flush. Staying on top? Damn it, lost again. Hey Kafka, you're not cheating, are you? Ain't anyone else's fault you're bad. See, Kafka's hand's empty. How's she gonna cheat? Yeah, exactly. Not my business, you had your car not so crappy, I see him. But who'll thunk it? First I saw you as some weedy little brat. My shame. You're better than I thought. And you got word from my mama. You're a real friend, fair and square. Hey, how many times I gotta tell you? I'm already all grown up. Truth, ought to be calling you a lady. Woo-wee, Kafka, ma'am. Hey, you lot, break time's over. Back to work. Anyone slacking, you can kiss goodbye to your dinner. Yeah, whatever. Pfft, you're just some jailer. Who made you king? What did you say? Speak up. I said I need a toilet. Hold it in. These jailers have a real bad attitude. Hey, Kafka, seeing as you can get a thing or two, I'll give you some advice. Don't know where you muddle on outside, but in Mansfield, I say you better keep your tail between your legs, figuratively speaking. Why's that? You know as well as me, this is a nomadic prison we're in. Times are it visits cities for supplies, maybe takes on a few new inmates. Otherwise it roams around the wilderness and nobody gives a hoot. So in here, 2 and 2 can make fish. Only law is the jailer's law. I guess so. Hey, sort of a bright side though. Outside, it's just as infected what don't get treated human. But once you're in here, you ain't treated human whoever you are. Bastards in A-Zone don't live any better than we do. I think of that and I feel swell. A-Zone. Oh, right, you're fresh. People what ain't infected get cells in A-Zone, and us infected get in B-Zone. That's how we know him by. Anyway, A-Zone, B-Zone. Oh. Can't help but say, Kafka, you came in just the right time. Uh-huh. Today's the big event. You're luck making it. What's the event? You'll know damn soon. Sure. Speaking of, what's that room over there for? Looks like a factory line to me. Why is it split off from our side? No one's in there either. Where do you mean? Oh, that's C-Zone's special assembly line. C-Zone. They're the ones living in that tower dead center in the place. That's what we call C-Zone. Scarce few there, but they're all made major messes. They're pretty much be serving all their lives. They've gotta work too, but it ain't gonna be with us. So, that's where they do it. Ah, anyone in there called Anthony? Anthony? What's up, you know him? I wouldn't say we know each other, just heard he was in here too. Where else is he gonna be? Hey, zip it. You butt ready? It's starting? Damn, took long enough. What's happening? What's happening? Why do you all look like you're getting together? Kafka, you're new here. Don't try anything today. Save you getting hurt. Just grab some kind of something and hide. There's a front row ticket to Mansfield's big regular fixture. Gang fighting. Alright then, straight into the after operation cutscene. Got your ass on the ground. Ugh, sleaze. Wait, whoa, what even happened? Why are we duking it out now? I told you to go and hide, Kafka. What are you doing over here? Oh, God, I'm fine. Just tell me what's going on and make it slick. Just take a look. Infected and uninfected don't see eye to eye most of the times, eh? So split into two sides and brawl. I mean, yeah, that happens for sure, but the jailers don't care. Well, I want you to take a look at them carefully. Sure do love a good inmate fight. Hit the jackpot with today's shift. You are right. This is the moment, the only joy working in this hellhole. Get their asses, A-zoners. I'm watching you. You see that? They're living it up like no one else here. Plus, decided wins get slightly better eats for the next while. So this is all their fun? What's stopping us from just fighting? Not fighting. Kafka, you know how I get slammed up? Took the scruff of everyone who looked down on me, and I socked them. Hey, Kafka, I reckon all the places in the goddamn world, this is the only where you can bust non-infected jaws and the fuzz can't even be asked to slap you on the wrist. Beat someone to death, you get locked in for a while. Besides, if you're really gonna die, you're gonna die. Who lets that scare him in prison? I'm done. You get it. I'm gonna go back and make hay. You find somewhere and stay low. Yourself. You're looking down on Kafka, you know? But man, I guess the infected and non-infected still live the same old clash in here. Not just leaving it even inside. Ideas got mutant, super mutant. I've seen a thing or two outside, but I've gotta admit, if this ain't the first for me, if Silence was watching this, she'd be sick to the bone. But sorry, Silence, cause I'm different. Messier the sitch gets, the more I like it. You fight your thing, and I'll go see what pies I can get my fingers in. That gets me ready for the next bit. Yeah, choose sneak their leftovers out for a box lunch. Why is there a sock here? I guess that's what you get in a real prison. You do what you're meant to, huh? Not finding anything I could really use though. But drop that dirtbag. Drop that yourself. Oh, they're going at it. And the long-timers here don't play fair either. They've been making all sort of weapons on the down low. Come on, get madder, then drop something for me. I got a stray one here. Oh, nerds, the girl's in trouble. Maybe I oughta go help. Oops, she was hiding something up her sleeve, looks like. Interesting, interesting. What's going on here? Superintendent Barton, sir. The prisoners are fighting. And you're sitting there watching. You ain't stopping them. Oh, Superintendent. Time's up. I don't give a hoot which way the time is. It's our duty as jailers to manage the prisoners. Yes, sir. Hey, you lot. Superintendent says it's time to quit it. Colombian slang? Colombian dialect. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a prison, not your concerned battlefield. You all should be working proper, acting proper. Only way your moms and pops and buds out there will see you a day sooner. You hear me. I'm telling you this for your own good. Here we go again. Wow, there's a couple of marks on you. You alright? Right as rain. Scratches. And I got to smash in a few Azorn dirtbags into trouble. Fine deal to me. And it winds down like this every time? You mean Barton? Yeah, more or less. He's the jailer super. Always shows up at times like these, puts on the what a while and hits the brakes. Then says more meaningful crap. Especially moments like now, when the place stopped over at the city, the warden's gonna be gone and he acts like he's lord of the prison. Dropped on his head as a kid. But it ain't every time this happens, I'll tell you that. Plenty of times it doesn't stop for nothing. I say most of the time, actually. Not that often it's over when over says, like today. But when it just won't end, you'll see Barton call in his safety. His what? Yep, there he is. Anthony! Looks like you really do know him. I mean, I've only seen him all dressed up before. You ought to learn from Mr. Anthony's example here. He might be a prisoner, but he esteems rationality, and he does not make his fists result violence. In his downtime, he likes to read, write, listen to records. Mighty fine boy. Blech. You don't like Anthony? No, don't get me wrong, Kafka. Ain't no one in this prison who'd cross Anthony. Usually he's just like Barton said, good to other folks. But we all know he's the biggest, muscliest goddamn shot in this place. They say when he came into prison, first thing he did was go and beat every last guy in C-Zone into line. Damn right, anyone else from C-Zone barely gets to meet us, but he's the real thing. As well as Bell, A-Zone or B-Zone, everyone falls in with him. Yeah, I'm just barfing having to look at Barton. Listen to him, you think he's praising Anthony right now? He's mocking him. Anthony's the only guy he can't lift his head against, but he needs Anthony to wrangle us. So this is the only way he can do it. We are Mansfield State Prison. State Prison. We are a pilot penitentiary with special approval from the capital. We will serve as a shining example to the other states. We are a crowd of convicts. Example your face. In short, I hope you can now reflect on yourselves. Reflect for my sake. Let's go, Anthony. You've got an hour of fitting the books today. So usually you don't even see Anthony. Usually, I guess. Timetabling for the serious offenders is out of step with ours, and most of the time they're just staying in the C-Zone tower. What, you want to see him? Perhaps I do. I want to talk about something with him. Obviously not something the jailers can know about. Don't worry, I gotcha. If you want to have a little heart-to-heart with him, it's not like you don't have a shot. Alright, this will do for part 1 of this narration. Thank you all for listening. I hope everyone liked it at least. And I'll see you in the next part. Bye bye.